bit a mess here with the water, but I think it was totally worth it. I took a bit of time with the water experimenting because it's very hard to pose to appear natural, and I really like as well when they are out of focus. And one of the tricks is using a very cold temperature, and you can see the blue tint. That's from the camera. And just using one source of light, the red one, which I love, these photos came out and I think they're very nice. Next location, this pool. I've never shot in a pool before, unless self-portraits. It's gonna be very tough, but I wanna challenge myself because I never did it before and I have some ideas and I would love to be inside the swimming pool using the red light pointing at me so I can take like a cinematic self-portrait. The expectation is very high, but the reality, I don't know how it's gonna be. But I need to wait a little bit more till it's a bit darker because otherwise you're not gonna be able to see the lights. So in the meantime, I'm gonna explain the lights I'm using today. So for those new here, I recently moved from London to Bali and I did leave a lot of my gear behind because I couldn't bring my lights, my studio gear. I had to sell it and some of it is still with my friends in London. So I didn't have RGB lights anymore and I love using RGB lights for product photography, but mainly for creative portrait photography because it's what I do the most. So I'm very happy about today's sponsor, which is with Zhiyun. They sent me these two lights and they are so freaking tiny and I love using them because they are very handy. And obviously I'm based in Bali, but I'm gonna be traveling a lot and shooting a lot. It's perfect to carry my camera bag. They are super tiny. And I actually have a full video explaining everything I brought to Bali as a photographer. And the only light I brought was from Zhiyun as well, because it's very powerful, 100 watts and very tiny. I think they are killing it with these lights because for traveling as a minimalist, they are perfect. So these ones are 20 watts and they are the size of a sticky note and I love it because I can carry it with me everywhere. They are dimmable, so you can control the power and then you have 16 creative light effects, and if you don't want to use it as an RGB light, you can use it as a continuous light because you can control the temperature as well and the power. So what I love as well about this is that they are magnetic. You can use these barn doors, and I use this a lot to shape my light towards the subject to be able to direct the light. And this is incredibly useful when you want to focus the light somewhere or to create creative lighting. But you don't want to use it. It's magnetic, so you can take it out and you can use the grid. The grid is also for the same, to direct the light and focus the light in one point, which works very well. But you need more source of light, you can remove it very easily and you can use just the light modifier. This softens the light, not a lot, but it's way better than nothing because RGB lights can be very harsh on the skin. But if you don't need to use it, you can remove it as well. And this is already super tiny and super thin, but you can also remove the cage, and if you remove the cage, it's even tinier. But I recommend you to have the combo. This is the combo because the cage is magnetic and you can attach it everywhere you want. The battery. Let's talk about the battery. At full power, it lasts 40 minutes, which is not too bad, but obviously it's not long. So if you shoot half power, which is 10 watts, it's gonna last 1 hour, 20 minutes, and that's more reasonable. And then if you shoot at 5 watts, it's gonna last 3 hours. So if you are shooting in very dark conditions, you're never gonna need more than 5 watts or maybe a tiny bit more, that's it. And something I'm not gonna use because I have 2 and I don't need more than 2 is these things you have around here to attach more lights around. So if you are into filmmaking, you can buy a few of them and attach them between each other to stack them. And then you have more power and more source of light. So this is pretty cool as well. But there is something I will use for sure, which is the hot shoe, and you're gonna be able to attach it to the camera. And this is very useful if you are recording video or you are taking photos. So yeah, thank you so much, Zhiyun, for sending this and sponsoring today's video. And I think I'm gonna jump in the pool to show you how this tiny light can do the work when you are shooting creatively with your models, with yourself, like I'm doing right now. But yeah, the time has arrived. It's getting darker a little bit, so I'm gonna set up and start my experiment with this tiny light because I'm gonna use, I think, only one for this one as well. Okay, I'm gonna wet my hair. Okay, so the camera is there. Now I'm wet, so I don't know if I'm gonna grab this without screwing everything up. And here I can see myself in the phone, but I'm too close, so I have to get out and reframe myself. The problem is like there is a lot of freaking ants everywhere, so I don't want it to go on my camera, and I cannot put the tripod lower than it is, but I need to do it. So okay, I'll show you the idea. So this is the idea. Yeah, it looks good on camera as well. I'll show you later. Still lots to fix here, like framing, the lighting. I had to put it way lower than it is. Oh wow, I love it. It's nice. I think it's gonna work. But for now, I need to reframe. Get out and reframe. So this is my little setup. This is the camera, the 70-200 f2.8, the new version because it's lighter and because I'm traveling, I need something light. I love this lens, but yeah, it's too close. So I'm gonna go farther. It's already 70, so I'm gonna put the tripod back. It's starting to be darker as well, which works very good for this shot. I think it's gonna cost me a lot because obviously, yeah, I wanna take a few shots. But I'm gonna use just one light to show you, like with one light you can do everything, like the ones I took in the shower. I love those photos because with the position of the light, the temperature of the camera, you can play a lot and get so many lighting setups. And you know guys, I love RGB lights and playing with setups, but if you have two, it's way better because you can use complementary colors and you can be more creative for product photography, portrait photography, and everything you want. So two, it's perfect, but I always love to show you how with one light you can achieve a lot. I'm gonna reframe this now and start shooting because otherwise it's gonna get late. Okay. So... Ooh. Oh. It's not gonna work. I didn't frame properly. I didn't frame properly. Guys, this is crazy. It's very hard. I'm running out of time and this is gonna get wet and full of ants. And I don't really like this. The camera has to be in the floor and I don't wanna because it's full of ants. And mosquitoes are attacking me as well. Okay, I think I had more than enough because to be honest with you, this is the second day I tried to take the photos in the pool and it was extremely hard because obviously I had to shoot with the phone in one hand, the light in the other, so I had to be close to the corner of the pool, and in the corner of the pool it wasn't the best for the photos, so I did struggle a lot. But yeah, this is to show you that it's very good to create and experiment with yourself. I've learned a lot during this session because this is the first time I shoot in the water, so just experiment with whatever you have, with lighting, with gear. I always tell you, practice with self-portrait photography because it's such an incredible way to learn photography and learn about lighting, about posing for your subjects, and it's gonna help you a lot. And check out these lights. I mean, if you have a big studio and you want some big RGB lights, maybe it's better. But you want some minimalist RGB lights, like these ones, are great for traveling, do portrait photography on the go, create content on social media, and even creative photo shoots like I did today. So go through the link below if you're interested about these lights and like the video, please. It was very hard for me. 3 days it took me to record this video, but I really hope you liked it and you enjoyed it. And check out these videos as well if you want to learn more about creative lighting, and I will see you next week. Big love from Bali.